There it is. The notification. Where I usually say I'd be stalling. I'm gonna let this rock out for a little bit. Welcome, welcome, welcome. No stalling today. I saw the notification. So no stalling. So you can tell it's a different look. I got my iPad before all that. Welcome to Troy Graham Experience. Daddies Lounge, episode 41. How long does healing take? Don't know. Once again, welcome to Daddy's Lounge. How long does healing take? Not one of those open ended questions where you could just say yes, no, or anything like that, is it? No, it's not. But before we get into that, what's you see is a different look. I got my iPad actually, funny enough, on top of my laptop. Open up my laptop, put it in there because I don't have it. I'm not dealing with the laptop right now. I'm gonna see how this does on the iPad, and then I can move to the laptop. But anyway, I don't have a case for it yet. It just came 2 days ago, so I have to sit in this couch because if I can't sit in the chairs because my back. Funny enough, when I'm sitting down, my back hurts. When I'm walking and so forth, my back doesn't hurt. Or standing, it doesn't hurt. But sitting, that's why I have a cushion behind me, which you can't see. So that's why you're facing this wall over here, right? Once I learn how to put up backgrounds and all that, you won't be seeing all that. But that's what's going on. My back hurts, and I'm. This is a new look with this. What I say, iPad. So once I get the laptop up and going, I could do backgrounds. I could do it on here once I figure out how to use all the ins and outs of it. Anyway, it's Friday. We're all blessed to be alive, and it's been a great life. Not that it's coming to an end anytime soon, but it's just that was a ooh, that was a nice segue, wasn't it? Anyway, uh, it's been a good life, but we all go through our pains, whether they be from today, yesterday, or just constantly thinking about what's going to come tomorrow, right? So that's where the title came from. Right. That's where it came from. I had some, well, like everyone else, I have things that are unresolved that I don't really speak or deal. I just don't. I do in my own way. I'll give you, for instance, my grandmother passed away in 2004. And I believe my Auntie G, she passed away in 2010. I didn't cry until 2014 for both those women, and they were a big part of my life. And when I said I cried, I think I cried for hours. That's all of us deal with pain differently. I cried for hours. 10 years later, 5 years later for my aunt. All of that I held in for all that time, and I couldn't tell you why. I had this dream years, a year before my grandmother passed about Richard Pryor dying. 2 weeks later, he died. I can never explain how those two correlated or anything. But I spoke to a young lady from Africa who reads dreams, and she broke it down to me. She said that was God's way of telling me that someone close to me was going to die, someone who brought me joy and laughter. That was my grandmother and my aunt. Yeah. So, how long does it take to heal from, your pain? I don't know. I don't know. And I could be ridiculously messing up my own title, right? Because I've been known to do that. But I don't know, y'all. This whole thing with pain and how long does healing take? I couldn't tell you, but I because everybody's just on a different frequency when it comes to that. I've never gone to any funeral, and I can honestly say that with my heart and said to someone, "S- your family member's in a better place. God knows what he's doing, and I know how you feel." I can't do those things. I would never say those words. If I really love the person, I'll simply sit there and tell them, I'm here for you. I won't say another blessed word. I'll just be like, anything. And then when we leave the church and go through all the activities and you're sitting at home alone with, people come over the house, you're sitting at home alone with them, you just let them know. I don't know what to say, so I'm just going to sit here with you and hold your hand, and when you're ready to talk, if you ever talk, cry, whatever, I'll be right here. But I do not say those three things. God knows what he's doing. He's in a better place, and I know how you feel. Mm-mm. Don't say that, because I wouldn't appreciate it. Not in that time. Yeah. So this whole thing with how long does healing take? I don't know. And now every day I speak on here, most days is about my children, but now it's just for us. It's just for the fathers. I would love to hear from y'all about how you deal with pain and how you deal with healing, because they're the same coin. They're the same coin. You can't have healing unless you go through pain. You can't. And that's really not really a profound statement. It's a very simplistic statement. It's a simplistic statement that sounds profound to whoever. But when I came up, I didn't even come up with this title today. It's not me, because I like to do things a day or two in advance. So I didn't. I wasn't being lazy. I was waiting for something to come to my soul. Just like with my writing, when I used to write, I never forced it because I couldn't lie to myself like that. And with this, I can't lie to you or to me. I had to let something come to me, my soul, so I could have something that I know that I can honestly speak about. And that's healing. Oh, I want to get into more of the whole healing thing with me, but I'm going to wait a little bit. I want to wait. I said last show that from now on, I'm going to have a panel on this show. I'm speaking it at the truth. We'll see how the night goes, because I'm going to stay on. Tonight is Friday. You know, I came home, went did a little grocery shopping. I haven't ate meat in 4 days. Well, Sunday, yes, Sunday was the last day I ate meat. So Sunday or Monday, one of those days. So whatever goes back to four, that was the last time I ate meat. I told myself I was gonna make some fish today. It didn't work out. I went to the store. I bought some crinkle crisp, extra crispy French fries. Even though I have red potatoes in the fridge, I could have made my own fries. But when I make my curry chicken, I'm gonna use those potatoes, which will be soon enough. Hmm. So that's what I'm saving those potatoes for. But I just wanted some fries, so that's what I ate. So I ate the fries and I came home. I meant to put spinach on there. So before I go to bed, I'll eat some spinach. Gotta have that roughage to get it out of your system. So that's what I'm going to do. I would love to have this conversation with both mothers and fathers tonight about how long does healing take. I would love to have that conversation. I would love if I spoke to my cousin the other day. I love if he pop up here too. And I text a couple of friends of mine and said, I expect to see y'all tonight. I expect to see you. I hear from you. We go back 40 years, some longer than, yeah, 40 years, 40 plus. So I definitely want to hear from you. I want your opinion. I want your thoughts on this, man, because we came up together. You know, Me and one friend constantly got beat by his daddy. Even when I didn't do anything and I was the victim, I still got beat with that bama, right? Yeah. I hope we pop on. You listening, Cozell? I want you to pop on. You too, Marlon. You too, Mark. Definitely, Mark. Oh, Scotty, you better pop on, brother. I definitely want to talk to you. And anybody else who I send that out to, Marvin, pop up, brother. I definitely want to hear about your healing and how you heal, because these men have amazing stories. I mean, I have a story as well, but I want other people to share their stories tonight. I'll share mine another time. Well, if the soul moves me, I'm gonna share it. But tonight I just want to have a panel, man, and share. I want to hear how people heal, because me talking about healing is not selfishly will not help me. It might help others. Sure, that's why I'm doing the show. But I want them to hear from others too. So yeah. So I'm gonna wait it out tonight. I ain't no half an hour show tonight. I'm gonna go an hour. Yeah, and just have fun with it. How long does healing take? I'm gonna stop doing this because I find it to be very unprofessional. How long does healing take? Yeah, it's so simple. I don't know why I keep forgetting that. How long does healing take? So somebody tell me. Make a way there, God, and have somebody say, "Hey, Troy, I know how long healing takes. Do you now? Do you? Do you? Do you?" Trying to get out of this thing without knocking myself out of the thing here. Okay, there it is. Trying to get back to where the comments are. That's what I'm trying to do. And I don't want to knock myself out of this thing because I'm locked. That will end the show if I do that. So I don't want to do that. No, I don't want to edit anything. I don't want to hit that either because I don't know what it is all about. But for some reason, I can't see the comments. That'll take me home. I don't want to. I don't want to go home. Okay. Let's see how it looks on the phone. Okay. That's just the echo. Yeah. See, this is what happens when you have something new and I worked on it, but Troy Graham experience, solo layout. Yeah, get me back to where I need to be over here. Close that. Wow, that light looks extremely bright, doesn't it? But anyway, I could tell you this much, right? From different parts of my life where I used to stutter real bad as a child. So I got teased a lot. And I would get angry. I was that child that would go fight who couldn't fight at 1st. Hmm. That was me. The angry, stuttering child who couldn't fight at first. So I had to get some beatings before I learned how to get beatings. My eyes don't lie. So I would go home to my grandmother and she just I'd be crying and angry all at the same, like that scene from Boys in the Hood when what's his name, Cuba Gooding Jr.'s character came in the house, just swinging and crying and carrying on. So, so you know what she would do? We Jamaican, so she would get sit down and talk to me and just give me some words of wisdom, which was a long conversation. If you ever had one of those long, loving conversations, you know what I'm talking about. Be like, I get you. Can the conversation end now? Right? So then she boiled me some milk with some nutmeg and some rum. Yeah, I was a bumper from a young age. So she told me to drink it. Next thing you know, she'd be talking, and I wake up the next morning, and she let me fall asleep right there on that couch. She wouldn't wake me up. She said, "No, you needed that rest to find your peace. I was not gonna wake you up." I said, "I see, I see. You left me standing there, left me sleeping there all by my lonesome." And that's how I learned how to heal, starting with her, my grandmother. She's been gone now for 21 years. But that's how I started it. Now I don't want you to think I drink. I don't drink. I didn't lean on drinking to heal. I leaned on her for healing. And then as I got older, and I couldn't lean on my grandmother for healing. I'm a grown man. Getting your late teens and your 20s, can't really lean on anybody. It's not in your nature. So what I learned, started doing, was I boxed. But again, boxing called me. I didn't call it. Which that started in high school. Friend of mine, David Ortiz, was in music class with me in the South Bronx. He came in, he had a hoodie on, sunglasses, and these a necklace with golden boxing gloves hanging off. So the teacher was like, "What you doing in here with your hoodie on and your glasses off, Mr. Ortiz? Take them off. You inside. Take them off." So he's like, I really don't want to take them off. She's like, "Take them off or go to the principal's office." And she was Latino too. So he just, he took them off. And everybody was like, "Damn." Way before there was a Fridays, everybody was like, "Damn." I was shut. And he won the fight. He won. But his eye was like straight up, right? So I was like, "What happened to you, man? You get jumped?" He said, "Nah, ain't nobody jumped me. I fought in the Golden Gloves last night and I won, man." I said, I didn't know what it was. I said, what the heck is the Golden Gloves, man?" He said, "The Golden Gloves. You know what the Golden?" I said, "Nah, it's a boxing tournament and I won, man. I'm champion for my weight class." I said, "Okay, you get any money?" He said, "Nah, I didn't turn pro yet, but when I turn pro, I'm gonna be my own boss. I'm gonna manage myself, and I'm gonna get a lawyer, and I'm gonna just get a promoter and a good trainer." And the more he was talking, the more soon as he said he was gonna be in control of he would have control of his own destiny. Those were his words. I said, "That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do." I ain't know a damn thing about boxing. I was 17. I mean, I was slapboxed on the street and fought on the street, but the actual structured boxing in the ring, never did it. So, 17, I go down to I go to Manhattan. What is it? The Sporting something something something. I told them I want a boxing license. I want to sign up for the Golden Gloves. They're like, "Okay, well, where's your coach at, man?" I said, "I don't have no coach." "Okay, so what gym do you box at?" "I don't box at no gym. I fight on the street," I told him. Dude said, "Boy, if you don't get your black behind into a gym and learn how to box, I would get fired if I gave you a license. It'll be it'd be attempted murder because you get your ass kicked." I said, "Nobody gonna kick my ass. I can fight." He said, "Yeah, on the street. This ain't the street. This is in the ring." And so then I left. I still boxed after that without the license on the street. So then I finally got into a ring when I came to Maryland. And that was when I realized I loved the thing because I kept, first couple of months, I was fighting pros and top amateur fighters like an idiot and just kept getting beat. And the first time I lost, I took 3 months off. Then I came back and I never left the gym after that. Never. I said, man, this dude will never learn nothing. Never. This dude, they said, you know what? You, you probably gonna be just a sparring partner. That's what they told me. They told me, you suck. You were just gonna be a sparring partner. Yeah, a few months later, I had my fist in his face. He wasn't saying that. He said, damn, you got better. Because I had a coach now. Mainly me, but coach would come in every now and then. He's like, you drag your foot like Frankenstein. Why you drag your back foot like that, man? You off balance. And so I realized anytime I got angry, anytime I felt like I was just feeling away, I went into that ring. And that's how I dealt with my pain. Whoever was in front of me was going to get it. They got it. They either got it or they gave it. Either way, I felt good when I got out of there. I didn't feel good about losing, but I had that pressure taken off me because I had an outlet. Fast forward a couple of years now, I finished high school, signed up for the military so I could get into the Golden Gloves faster, right? And guess what started then? The creative part of my mind started opening up. Well, I could always write, but I had no control over it. I would get these powerful urges 3 in the morning, and I just have to. Sometimes I would save them. I wouldn't even write them down. I just save them for months on end. And then I said to myself, I have to get some control over this because I'm getting serious headaches now from all the inspiration I'm saving in my head. So I started jotting them down, jotting them down, jotting them down. Next thing you know, I'm like, these things are poems. But here's the thing, I didn't have my own voice. So I copied Langston Hughes and Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey was a hell of a writer. Everybody knows Langston Hughes was a hell of a writer. But I was using their voice. When I say their voice, their style, their content, whatever they spoke about, I took pieces from that and put it in my own words instead of just being true to myself. And I still kept getting headaches because I was lying. You can't heal yourself if you're lying to yourself. So what happened then is I'm I got into college once I came back from the military, and one of my teachers told me that you do realize that you're dyslexic. I'm like, no, no one ever told me that. She said, look at this, what you wrote. I wrote a paper about why women always pick up the dog and not the good man. She said, look, you meant to put at there, but you put that. You meant to put is there, but you put it. And I was like, oh, you have no control of your writing. Your hands move faster than your mind. I said, yeah. How did you know that? Then she said, come on. Nobody ever told you? I said, no. First time I'm hearing it. I'm in my 20s at this point, early 20s, 22. First time I'm hearing that. She said, wow, you went to private school, you said? You need to get your money back. Well, I guess I should get my money back. But she taught me. She sat and worked with me, and I learned how to control it. She said, when you get these urges, you what you need to do is get a tape recorder. She said, but I don't think that's going to suit you because you're organic. You want to feel it. You want to write it. And she told me never lie to myself. She said, when you write, it's going to take you places, open doors for you, and it is also going to heal you. Because I could tell that you have a lot going on. I said, yeah, I do. I do. And you feel a lot. She's the one who told me that I was an empath because I didn't know what that was either. You know, what's up, Bruce? And I don't see who else. Okay, Bruce Gas and Cutthroat. What's up? What's up? What's up? So as that goes, okay, now I know how to do it. So as that goes, that's how I learned how to heal myself through writing. I learned how to do that through writing. And that's how I learned how to heal. As far as the length of time for healing, couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you, right? But everyone, I believe, should have an outlet for their pain. It just so happens that I had two: boxing and writing. And both of you cannot lie in boxing. You flat out cannot lie when you're boxing because when you get hit and hurt, you're either going to go to that special place and come back and take a. You can, if you're smart, you're going to take a couple of steps back or hold them, get your bearings. Then you're going to figure out what they're doing and learn from them how to beat them. Or you're going to fold like a lawn chair because of that whole kangaroo thing. That kangaroo gets hit real hard. He literally will go back into his mother's pouch. He'll just fold up. Even though they're strong as hell and they got claws, they'll fold up. See? It's amazing. They'll literally fold up. So I learned how to do that. And that took some time though. I don't, as far as that part of my healing goes, it took some time because I tried never to go into that ring angry. Even though young me, high school me, plenty of times I went in there angry and I paid for it. Oof, I paid for all 9 minutes of it. My Lord. I paid for that joint. So yeah, excuse me, I'm trying to get back over here. So yeah, but as far as how long healing takes, that depends on you. That just depends on you. Because a lot of times pride will hold you in place. You can't face nothing if you're just being proud. There we go. I'm trying to center this thing. You can't face your pain if you're being proud and won't admit it. That's and we've all had that journey. We've all had that journey. Just like something like you over somebody's house, your stomach growling. Oh, you hungry, baby? You want something to eat? No, I'm fine. Okay, baby. Somebody mother come and ask you, you want something to eat, baby? You say no. Next thing she come with a plate of food, and you're like, thank you, Lord. Said, baby, you don't have to lie. You ain't got to be shy in here. If you're hungry, I'm gonna feed you. But I was just, I don't know. It told me not to ask for nothing when I go over people's house. My stomach was growling like battle cat. Hey man, do you hear that? Hey man, that's my belly. So I laugh at my own jokes. Call me corny, but it works for me. Damn it, it works for me. So yeah, this whole healing thing, I need some voices to have a nice conversation about it. But as far as you log it in thinking you're gonna get any answers, no, we gonna share a conversation. That's where you get your answers. One person can't speak for everybody. What I can do is tell you about me and my journey on healing. My thing is different. I was the I was the kid that got bullied and then got to the point where I never got bullied again. And I don't like bullying. I don't. There was one time, I remember the last time, this was in junior high school. These three dudes trying to rob me. I said, I ain't got no money. All I got is my lunch card. They like, we gonna go, ninja, we gonna steal your lunch card. I'm like, nah, I had enough. Dude kicked me into the bathroom stall, and that was all I remember. I came out swinging. And then from that day on, I knew what my trigger was, me being cornered. Because Yeah, it was me being cornered. That was my trigger. It set me off like that. If it's a fair fight, I might be like, I ain't trying to do this, money. Unless he really pissed me off, then we gonna have that action, right? But when I get cornered is when that switch goes off. I don't like that at all. At all. A lot of people haven't figured that out yet. When two people come at me, I get very I don't run, that's the thing. I strike back. As soon as I sense danger, I go into survival mode. You know? I mean, I guess that's a way of healing too. Because if I took off running, then that would empower them. So I stand my ground. But I've been blessed to get up, you know. I've been blessed to get up. But that was my way of saying, I'm gonna lash out at you and give you some of what I got inside of me. You know? Let me sit up some. There we go. This back thing ain't no joke. It's funny. I lost all this weight and now my back hurts. Getting these back muscles back, learning how to sit up straight and all that. I think every time I go to chiropractor, it hurts worse. The way they be making you snap and pop and all that other stuff. No, 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 don't really care for that, but said it works. Mm. So where are my people at, man? Where are the people at that's going to talk to me about healing and pain? Yeah, I see y'all popping in and out. Stop hiding. Stop hiding and jump in and share your thoughts. And I put this on my family page too. Y'all gonna let me down, family? I put this on my childhood friends page too. Y'all gonna let me down, family? I told my family to show up. I told them. I demanded it. I said, y'all, we gonna show up or I'm gonna forsake you. I'm gonna make you, if you're my cousin, you're gonna be my fourth cousin 3 times removed. And my brother, and my sisters, you just gonna be removed. That's right, you're gonna be removed. You gotta have some fun in life, you know? Let it be fun. I can't be the only one that needs some healing. And you don't even have to pass a collection plate to get healed around here. I ain't got no holy water for you either. How do you sell holy water, y'all? You ever see that one preacher who sell holy water? How do you sell? Hold on. My back. Yeah. How do you sell holy water? Anybody know? Oh, I'd love to know how you sell holy water. Does it cost $1 or a quarter? These people come on there on the church. What do they call the commercials? The commercials be like, yeah, I used the holy water, and I had a bill that was $8,000. I went to my mailbox. I got $10,000, Lord, 10,000. It must be Jesus. It must be. Really, if that's all it took, everybody will go buy some holy water, and then $10,000 will magically appear in your mailbox. I tell you what, I'm gonna buy 3 bottles of holy water for $10, $20. This way, I get $30,000 magically appear in my mailbox. I don't buy that. I have my own beliefs. I'm living proof that there's a God because I'm still here. How many times I had to get up off the operating table when they told my mama I was going to die, when they told me I was going to die. And when I was knocked out from being sedated, they told her he might not wake up. They kept me asleep for 6 days sometimes. Who won't watch their son sleep for 6 days? What if I didn't wake up? But I never thought about that. I never gave it any thought about if I don't wake up. Nah, man. I never gave that a thought. I just said, I will wake up. So says it the Lord. And here I am. One of these days, I'm going to share my story. I have to sit like this. My back hurts. When I sit at the dining room is worse. Dining room table, it's worse. But right now, I'm good. I'm very good. I wish I knew how much time before my back get healed. That's what I wish. But there's no answer for that. I think next time I come on here and do a cooking show, I got some muffin mix. I got one with honey in it. I'm gonna make that tomorrow. I'll make an apple honey muffin. Yeah, I think after this show, I'll do a cooking show first time. Live. I'll be live doing a cooking show. What do y'all think? I think I'll do that after this show. I'm gonna make some apple honey muffins. You're gonna watch it from start to finish. And I love my muffin pan. Big 6 jumbo muffins, which would actually be 12 because they big. Uh, and it's non-stick. I love it. It don't take too much time to clean that. I had one pan that said non-stick. It was it was fake. It stuck like crazy to the point where I had to go get steel wool every time I used it. So I threw it away. But I kept the thing to carry the chicken, the big old turkey with. I kept that so whenever I have a big old turkey I want to cook, I have another pan. I put it in that one because that's non-stick. But I am not putting it in the in that other pan anymore because it wasn't non-stick. They lied to me. They lied. Next thing I want is a blender. Since I'm back into the baking business again, I'm gonna do some blending. Don't steal my stuff, neither. I'm gonna once I put it on here, I'll be the first. I'm not gonna speak it to y'all because every time I put something on here, people be stealing, man. Yeah. Then they blatant with it too. One dude stole my art, still had my name on it, then he said he didn't do it. Hmm? Because he was scrolling up his articles, and guess what he saw? I don't, no names though. No names. And then there was, another dude I had an idea. I heard the brother talking about it on his voice. So something about, I'm not even gonna say the name. I had the show already. I had it on the platform I had with Major Key. I had it on. I'm not gonna say the name of it because I'm not doing it no more, but I am the architect of it. Whatever. It's called Coach's Corner. That's all me. If you ever see anyone else doing that, they stole it from Brother Graham. Y'all know who I am. You know, just like you would get guests on your show, and next week you see somebody else have that same guest, and they'll be like, "Yeah, I'm a big fan of yours." Then they'd mess up their biography while the guest is sitting in their face. How you not know where he's from if you're such a big fan? Don't lie. That's another form of pain, When you're going around stealing and lying, that's a sign of inadequacy. And you're in pain because you don't love yourself enough to create your own stuff. Don't do that. Uh, because as corny as some of the stuff is that I say, it's my stuff. It's my stuff. It can be corny or whatever, but it belongs to me. And that's the beauty of it. When I'm on here, my creative mind starts working again. And just like the cooking show right after I do this show, it's gonna be interesting because I get to be free then and hear these conversations. I'm a little bit guarded. At least once you get on a panel, I could feel the room and then I could go from there. But the cooking show, I don't have to be guarded because it's my idea. I'm gonna do all the prep work before I come on camera, so y'all don't have to wait. I hate looking at people cooking and they show you. I don't want to see you cut up fruit. I don't want to see you. Show me everything you did after you cleaned the meat and put out your seasonings. Okay. You know what? I'm not gonna do the honey one. I'm gonna do three of them. I'm gonna do honey apple, and then I'm gonna do honey lime. What y'all think? Honey lime strawberry? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do. That sounds crazy, but let's do the honey lime strawberry. I got some strawberry frosting in there. So, and I want it. I don't want these strawberries to go bad. What did I just say? It's lemon frosting, not honey lime. No. So I'm gonna make some strawberry lemon muffins and some honey apple muffins. And on one of them, I'm gonna put cheesecake frosting, and the other one, I'm gonna put lemon frosting. Even though I only have enough cheesecake frosting, cream cheese, cheesecake, cream cheese, they're the same thing. I only have enough frosting for one muffin, but that's okay. So those are the two I'm gonna make. Don't be stealing a brother ideas. We can't steal them. I didn't do it yet. I just put it out in that universe. So go do it. Have fun. I just always tell people that my hand is better than yours. Hell, I even said that to Gene Deal, and he can cook. I know he's better than I am, but it's just a challenge. Yeah, him and Barry Samuels. If you listen to Barry Samuels, I'm challenging you too. We came from the same neighborhood, Bigfoot. Barry's a Jamaican Hulk. He was always big since he was 13. That's when I met him when he was about 12 or 13, looking like he was 25. So Barry's, if you know Barry Samuels, anybody, tell him I put this challenge out to him. Challenge. You cook your yard food. I ate a lot of yard food, but I'm not. I'm good at the brown stew and the jerk. I'm still working on the oxtail, you know. But you let Barry Samuels know that I put the challenge out there to him. You let Gene Deal know I'm still challenging him. These dudes will probably beat me, but it's I enjoy challenges. Why are you gonna take on someone that's not better than you? How you gonna learn? How you gonna learn anything? If you do that, then you really need healing. Don't be afraid. You're supposed to. If you Muhammad, then you're supposed to climb the mountain. I'm just climbing the mountain. Imagine if I challenged Dean and I beat him. We go to some spot and let the people decide. He, I'm never gonna let him live that down. Be like, man, I beat you. If I beat Barry, it's gonna be like, why? You can't go home no more. I beat you. Trust me, I don't want to get either of these men mad at me. They too damn big, right? As you can see, I lost a lot of my muscle, but these dudes are too damn big for me to be squabbling unless we're in the kitchen. Then I'm gonna give it my all. So let's do it. And Julius Jackson, son of the great Julian Jackson, challenge. Chop Chop Corley, challenge. I've been challenging Chop Chop for years. He ain't never take me up on it. We should go. We should just go live and do a cooking show. Chop Chop. Me and you. That dude could cook though. All of them brothers could cook. Julian's actually a chef. Uh, Barry has a catering business. Look for his video with Jamie Foxx. Look for Barry's video with Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx hired him to cater a party. And Gene Deal, Heather B spoke about his cooking, and a lot of other people spoke about his cooking as well. So, you know, and who else did I mention? I said Julius, I said Chop Chop, Gene Deal, Barry. That was Barry I was just talking about. Yeah, so There's two Jamaicans in there. Well, no, one Jamaican, one from the VI, and two Yankee. But I would I would love to challenge all four of them, man. Having like a you have like a tournament. Let's say that Gina's the apex predator. So he sits out. That means we got to add another name. Who else said they could cook? Chop Chop, Julius, Barry. Who else said they could cook that's in the game? I don't know. I don't know who else I interviewed that said they could cook. So we just add a fourth name in there once I find that out, and then we go from there, right? And then whoever wins the overall battle between the four of us, that's who takes on Gene, because he's the apex predator. So he'll be sitting on his throne waiting to get dethroned by T.G. Graham. That's right, a charming culinary master. You heard me, Gene? One of these days, man, I'm gonna get him to come out and challenge me. It gotta be worth his while, though. It gotta be worth all of their whiles. Gotta be a damn interesting thing to do. I'm gonna stop talking about that because now I have an idea and I want no one stealing from me. Nobody. Okay. Well, look, I'm been here 46 minutes strong. I'm gonna hang around for another 4 minutes. You know who else I can put in there? He's not in boxing though. Uh, Rev Hope from Yardie Billy. So it'll be Rev Hope, Barry. That's Barry Samuels. That's two yard man right there. Julius Jackson, the VI. Chop Chop from the DMV. And Gene Deal from New York by way of Louisiana. Well, St. Louis, not Louisiana, St. Louis. That's right. There we got it. We got it now. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Winner takes on Gene Deal. That's right. You know, that's people use cooking to heal too. That's why I could talk about cooking in the show. People talk about that. So that'd be great. That would be van frigging tastic. I'd love to do that. If you're listening, fellas, challenge. I'm gonna call Chop Chop after the show. I'm gonna call Yachty. I'm gonna call Rev Hope after the show. I used to have Barry number. I don't have it no more. I got G number. I'm gonna call him too. You know, shoot my thoughts to him, and we can go from there. As long as I get to do it live, I'm good. Do it live. Do it live. F it. Do it live. I hate this effing thing. That's your man there. What's his name? Cameron and Dame Dash was on the show giving him the work. You mad? You mad? He mad. Dame, he mad. Look at him. He big mad. I can't remember that Bama's name. But anyway, I'm glad I did this show about pain because it got me laughing and it got my mind thinking about it. So log off here in a few minutes, few seconds. Just want to say everybody thank you. And I like this new look because it's bigger and better, you know? So on stage. Anyhow, let me turn this back over to my attention here. Thank you all for sharing a few moments with me this Friday. I appreciate it. And y'all have a good night. I want to see the timing. I'm still learning, y'all, on this iPad. All right, y'all. Peace out.